I've got a brand new market that I want all investors to take a look at. On top of that, I've got a triplex in Cleveland priced under $45,000 in an area that I'm betting is going to see some appreciation in the next few years. Let's dive in. Welcome, real estate investors. Today we have another action-packed episode of the Investment Properties for Sale show. As always, I am your host, James Wise, and we are going to get into everything. At the top of the show, I teased it. I've got a brand new market for you guys. So let's start everything off. Before I get into everything else I want to talk about, before I get into that triplex, I want to talk about this new market. And that market for you guys is Toledo, Ohio. Now, Toledo, Ohio is roughly 2 hours west of the Cleveland market. Now, more or less, the Toledo market and the Cleveland market, they're pretty darn similar. You know, as far as like price points and rental amounts, we typically see a lot of, a lot of common stuff there, right? So a lot of the experiences that you're seeing here in Cleveland, you'll be able to get those exact same or very, very similar type experiences in the Toledo market. Now, some of you may remember, probably a couple weeks ago, I launched our first secondary market. Like, we handle everything in Cleveland, right? Holton Wise, we are going to be your top down solution in the Cleveland market. We will take care of everything. I launched the Birmingham, Alabama market to you guys, and what you guys need to do, you could view the educational content here from me, and then I've introduced you with a ground vendor, and that was Spartan Invest. So everything you want to do out there in Birmingham, you know, I've put the contact info for those guys at Spartan Invest below. Those guys are the guys you want to reach out, because we cannot do top to bottom property management, all that infrastructure. We're not able to handle that feasibly and intelligently and logistically smooth for you guys, because I am an expert in the Cleveland market. So what I've done is I've gone out and I've found vendors in each of those markets. So we sent you guys all the info to Spartan Invest when we showed you Birmingham, Alabama. As far as Toledo is concerned, my vendor, my ground guy out there in the Toledo market is a company called Ohio Cashflow. It's owned and ran by a guy named Engelo Rumora. Now, Engelo is a wild dude. I met Engelo, I think the first time I saw Engelo was back in 2013. I met Engelo on Bigger Pockets. That's a real estate forum that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, and I'm sure a lot of you have found me on that forum. Engelo is an interesting dude. He is a hard worker. He's an Australian expat. He came over from Australia, and back when I first came around him, it was like 2013, I believe. He just moved to the Kansas City market. He was doing some buy-sell, some rehabs out there. So after he's doing those buy-sell rehabs, those kind of deals out there in Kansas City, he looked a little bit north, and he saw some intense opportunity out there in the Toledo market. So he moved his operation up to the Toledo market, and at this point in time, he is running a well-oiled machine out there in Toledo. So you guys definitely want to check out Ohio Cashflow, the Toledo market, and my guy, Engelo Rumora, the real estate dingo. Google that dude. If you think some of our videos are kind of weird, kind of edgy, kind of wild, you got to see some of this guy's content, man. It's pretty funny. It makes me laugh. So all of his contact info is in the show notes below. And we're going to go to a quick word a quick commercial that we've put together for Ohio Cashflow so you guys can really see what they're all about. Let's take a look at that now.
G'day everyone, it's Engelo Rumora here, your favorite Australian and the founder and owner of Ohio Cashflow. Over the last 5 years, Ohio Cashflow has established itself as the most reputable turnkey real estate investment company in the country. We offer solid B-class properties in Toledo, Ohio. We work and live in the same areas that we sell in, so when we sell your property, your tenants become our neighbors. We only take on a handful of investors every month, so for your chance to work with one of the best in the business, please fill out our investor application form, which you can find in the video notes below. Thanks for listening, and as we say down under, I'll catch you later, mate.
Welcome back again, guys. I can't say it enough, man. I love what Engelo and Ohio Cashflow are doing out there in Toledo. So definitely in the show notes, fill out his investor form and get an idea of what they have to offer. Maybe you do a deal with them, maybe you don't, but it's a good idea to see all the inventory that's out there, because I know a lot of you are looking at my properties and you guys are like, duplexes, man, duplexes, we want more duplexes, we want more cash flow singles. And every time I put a property out there, we get 10, 15, 20 offers the first day the videos launch. So, if we get 25 offers, I can only sell it to one of you guys. That means 24 of you are still looking for inventory. So since they have a very similar inventory, fill out his investor form, check out what he's got. Now, since I launched, information on Birmingham, Alabama, and now Toledo, Ohio, there's something I really want to talk to you guys about. Like Holton Wise, right? We control everything in the Cleveland market for you. As I said, top to bottom. We're going to sell you the property. First, we're going to provide you education. Then we're going to sell you the property. Then we're going to handle your property management. We're going to handle your insurance. We're going to handle your title work. We're going to handle your renovations. Every and anything. When you're ready to exit the investment, we will sell the investment for you. Now, when I show you guys the education on these other markets that are hot turnkey markets, like Birmingham, like Toledo, I push you to the actual experts on the ground. I push you to Spartan. I push you to Ohio Cashflow. I have only chosen to send you guys vendors that I am familiar with, that I have seen do business, that I've interacted with, that I think share, common principles and have a core set of company values that I agree with. I would never want to send you guys to investors or to like a turnkey company that's going to send investors like you guys into a scam or anything. But just so you guys know, I try to do as much diligence on these other markets, on these other vendors as humanly possible. But I, of course, cannot control everything that happens once I am out of the picture. So what I want you guys to do, when you guys talk to these other vendors, right, when you're talking to Spartan Invest, when you're talking to Ohio Cashflow, I want you guys to put them through the ringer, man. All the due diligence I tell you guys about, when you're purchasing properties, make sure you're getting third-party inspections. Make sure you're asking questions. Make sure you're researching the neighborhoods. Make sure if you're buying a property, you know the risk level. If it's high risk, make sure you know what that's going to, include. If you're talking to these other vendors and they're saying things that don't make sense to you, put a comment in this video or any of my other videos. I got the Ask James Why series. If you're talking to other vendors, across the other markets, I want to know if something sounds funny to you. And I'll make a video or reply to your comment, and we will talk about it. We recently just started up the Landlords From Hell show, right? Episode 1, I'll put it in the show notes. It just aired maybe a couple weeks ago. I interviewed the owner of PropertyManagementMastermind.com, and we talked about what makes someone a good landlord versus a bad landlord. And one of the comments in there, somebody wanted us to grade some, property management companies or talk about property management companies. And then, through some of my other various videos, I've gotten comments and I've heard a lot about the Clayton Morris Morris Invest saga. So when I'm introducing you guys to these other markets, I want to do my best to be as transparent as possible, because all of that stuff that we are hearing about the Clayton Morris, Morris Invest, Ocean Point, all those investors out there in Indianapolis that are going through those lawsuits, I don't know the full details. Obviously, all of that's going to come out after all of the court cases, but there are a lot of investors out there who are claiming they've been harmed or they've been scammed by Ocean Point, by Morris Invest, by Clayton Morris. So I never want that to happen to you guys. So again, I cannot clarify or push this point home enough. When I introduce you to these other vendors, yes, I vetted them. Yes, I think they are quality vendors to the best of my knowledge, but I do not own their company. I do not run their company. I do not have a say in their company. So I want you guys to put them through the ringer. Everybody I present to you, to the best of my knowledge, is going to pass your tests, but make sure you do your due diligence. Speaking again of that Morris Invest, Clayton Morris, Ocean Point saga, we are currently in production on a Landlords From Hell video about that whole saga. I've done some interviews. We have an interview with a property manager by the name of Todd Burton down in Indianapolis, who has worked with over 80 investors who claim to have been scammed by Morris. So that was a hell of an interview. We are still gathering more data, gathering more content, seeking more interviews. So if you personally invested with Clayton Morris, Morris Invest, or Ocean Point, or know someone who has, if you have yourself, post a comment telling me you're interested in doing an interview. If you've got a friend or an associate who has invested with them and perhaps they were harmed, or maybe they weren't harmed, maybe everything went smooth. I want to hear about them too, because again, I don't know exactly what happened. I wasn't there. I want to hear both sides of the story. It's easy to paint a picture when we only have one side. Granted, it doesn't look good for Morris Invest based on all the information I've seen publicly in all those news articles, but I want to hear from anybody. So if you know someone who's invested with that company, please share this video with them. I want to hear from them. I want to get as much data as we can. So when we release that video, you guys have the clearest picture possible about what's going on in the turnkey space. This is real estate investing, guys. Cleveland, Indianapolis, Toledo, Birmingham, Alabama, Memphis, all kinds of turnkey markets out there. I want to provide you guys the most quality information to see exactly how the property management business, no gurus, no smoke, no mirrors, no bullshit. That's why I got the Landlords From Hell show now. I have already had the Tenants From Hell show out for a long time, giving you guys the opportunity to see what it's really like if you put your money in this arena. Let's quickly go to another commercial break, and then after that, I'm going to get into the details on the triplex that I've got available for you guys for only $44,900.
Expanding your real estate holdings to multiple markets is a great way to reduce your risk. Birmingham, Alabama features an unemployment rate that is well below the national average. In fact, Birmingham's growing tech scene has been highlighted by both Forbes and Barron's. That, coupled with Birmingham's low price-to-rent ratio, is why so many investors from around the U.S. have been flocking to the area to put their money to work. Spartan Invest has helped hundreds of investors successfully buy cash-flowing real estate in Birmingham. With an average tenant stay of 39 months, it's easy to see why Spartan Invest maintains an annual occupancy rate above 95%. To learn more about the turnkey opportunities in Birmingham, Alabama, contact Spartan Invest today at 205-202-4118 or visit them online at spartaninvest.com.
All right, welcome back. 3286 West 48th, Cleveland, 44102. Now, this is a duplex and a single-family home all on the same lot, and you're getting all three of these units for $44,900. Now, as far as the neighborhood goes, I want to first talk about the neighborhood. Why is this thing so damn cheap? I'll tell you why. It's a risky neighborhood. It is a D-class neighborhood. I want to come right out front, make sure you're aware of that. However, I teased it at the top of the show. I see appreciation potential in this neighborhood. If, on a macro level, you are looking at the city of Cleveland, at the Cleveland market, There are a lot of national publications out there saying that Cleveland is the next hotspot, the comeback kid. What they're specifically talking about is a few neighborhoods that gentrified like crazy. Ohio City, Gordon Square, Tremont, okay? Those neighborhoods used to be rough, and now people are building new construction for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $800,000 in those neighborhoods. The reason that I think that this neighborhood, even though it's risky right now, has the potential to appreciate is because it is bordering all three of those neighborhoods. So this is the next logical place to gentrify, because you can't really go into Ohio City, Tremont, and Gordon Square and make a lot of money as a small mom and pop investor, because it's pretty much already gentrified. At this point, the prices are already really high. So we have to look to the next emerging market, and I am betting that this is it. Proximity to those, proximity to downtown, proximity to Lake Erie. I mean, it only makes sense. So with that said, though, it is still currently risky right now. And we have a program, we have ideas on how to best handle that risk. See, right now, what you're getting, right? We got in the duplex, the up unit, 1 bed, 1 bath, the down unit, 2 bed, 1 bath. The up unit currently being rented, $400,000. The down unit is currently vacant. Now, I got footage on the screen right now showing you the down unit. As you can see, it looks like crap, right? It looks terrible. You know, there was a low-end tenant living there. We got rid of them. In this unit, it's going to need some serious work. On the screen now, we've got popped up for you the full line-by-line estimate of everything we've got to do to this unit to get it rent ready. Now, here is the cool thing. This is what I like about this property. Going back to the Holton Wise FAQ, okay? Now, as you'll see, we have market rents much higher for this down unit. We put the down unit market rent at $800 a month, which is dramatically, you know, that's very, very high for this neighborhood. But back to the invoice now. This is a huge invoice. I've got this invoice for you guys, and the price point, $16,043 as the minimum standards, or what I recommend, getting the premium upgrades, spending $20,178. If we spend that $20,000 rehab, we're going to get a beautiful unit that is probably on the first shot going to pass a Section 8 inspection. And we can go ahead and place a Section 8 tenant right in that unit, and we'll be able to get probably $800 a month. And that is government guaranteed rent. So currently right now, at its very moment, it's bringing in $1,050. But if we do a huge renovation and go ahead and put a Section 8 tenant in there, and then as far as the single family home, you know, we just keep that as a cash paying tenant, so you don't have to do a huge renovation. And the up, you know, market rent, you don't have to do a huge renovation. You know, just the cash paying market rents for those, $495, $800. You know, you're looking at $2,095 a month for a total all-in investment of $65,000. If you want to go, you know, full out and turn those tenants over, because like I believe we could probably achieve the $495 and the $800 at the other two units by slowly increasing the rent of the current tenants. But if you want to go all out and spend a ton of money on turnovers, getting those units Section 8 ready as well, you know, we could see considerable, huge rent increases. So we can be getting $800 for that down, probably going to get maybe $600 for that up, and then we could probably get over $1,000 for the single family home. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because that's going to require some serious renovations. So right now, the only thing I'd really want you guys to do, pick up the investment at $45K, spend the $25K handling your vacant unit. Let's put a Section 8 tenant in there. I'm thinking we'll get $800, and then we'll slowly increase the rents of the other two tenants. Now again, as I said, I can't stress it enough, it is a high-risk area, but I think the move is to go Section 8 so we A, get the higher rents, and B, we mitigate our risks of these high-risk areas because the rent is now guaranteed by the government. Because that's the biggest issue, right, with high-risk areas. Yeah, the rents are high, the performance, they look great, the rents to price ratio is amazing, but it's how consistent can you actually collect that rent? How often do you have to turn these units over? So with the Section 8 program that we've got here, just so you guys know more info on that, I'll put it in the show notes, but also you go right to holtonwise.com, you go to our FAQ, scroll down, you click the Section 8 FAQ, a whole page dedicated to how Holton Wise can help you invest and utilize the Section 8 program. Not a lot of property managers are offering Section 8 services to investors because, truth be told, it's a total pain in the ass. There is a ton of red tape to actually get these properties Section 8 approved and work with the program. But we have figured it out. We have mastered Section 8. I use Section 8 on my personal portfolio, and it's working out great. So we wanted to bring that service to you guys because there is a ton of money to be made in these underserved areas. It's just you have to figure out the best way to mitigate your risk because that is the biggest problem. And I think the Section 8 program accomplishes that. So that's everything I've got for you on today's show, guys. If you want to make an offer on this triplex, shoot me an email, jameswise@holtonwise.com. Make sure you have your pre-approval or your proof of funds letter ready. If you have not been approved by a lender, just shoot me an email. I will give you a list of my lenders. I have lenders, they'll write loans nationwide to investors like you, and these are not necessarily going to be hard money loans, high interest loans, right? We're talking 30-year fixed interest loans. And they'll be able to write loans on properties you want to buy here in Cleveland. They'll be able to write loans on properties you want to buy in Birmingham, Alabama. They will be able to write properties that you want to buy in Toledo, Ohio, and some of the other markets I'm going to be introducing to you over the coming months. So again, if you want to buy this property, shoot me an email with your money ready to go. If you don't have your money ready to go, ask me for my list of lenders. I'll probably sell this property before you get approved, but that's okay. You'll have it for the next time. So on tomorrow's video and the day after, you'll be ready to go. Hit my guy Engelo at Ohio Cashflow up. Again, his information is in the show notes. Fill out his investor survey. Talk to him. Put him through the ringer. Don't just buy something from him. Ask him questions. Make sure you guys are getting the best information. Same thing with those cats down in Birmingham. Their information in the show notes below. Get their information. Ask them questions. Do your due diligence. If anything sounds funky, let me know. Post it in the comments. We'll talk about it. That's pretty much everything I have for you guys. Quickly, I want you to do me a favor. Smash the like, share, subscribe button. And as always, I'm James Wise with Holton Wise, and this is Real Estate Investing Made Easy.
Cleveland, Ohio is widely considered to be one of the top rental markets in the entire United States. This is because here in Cleveland, our housing prices are low and our rental prices and demand are high. At Holton Wise, we provide the complete turnkey solution for all real estate investors, whether they are local, out of state, or even abroad. As real estate brokers, we will provide you with agent representation to help you buy properties ranging from single-family homes to large apartment complexes. We even have referrals for lenders who can provide investment property loans to investors located in all 50 states, allowing you to capitalize on the use of leverage or other people's money. We have referrals to top-notch title companies so you know that all of your transactions are safe and secure, with every single property being delivered to you with clear title. Once you close on the property, we have an investor-focused insurance brokerage who can handle all your property insurance needs. This insurance brokerage handles auto, home, life, and business policies, but they specialize in working with policies for landlords. We also have full-service property management. We can handle all rental property advertisements, tenant placement, rent collection, evictions, maintenance, landscaping, construction, and repairs. In addition, Holton Wise also offers digital media and education. One day, when you are ready to sell your investment, Holton Wise, as the #1 seller of investment properties in the greater Cleveland area, can market your property in a video just like this one to our worldwide base of investors who are looking to capitalize on the high cash flow opportunities in the Cleveland, Ohio market. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our latest content, including video tours and analysis of investment properties that are available for sale, real estate investment education, and our most interesting encounters with tenants from hell. Holton Wise, real estate investing made easy.